So MAGA communism, it's a new niche pseudo-political ideology that I've seen lately. I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the greatest things to manifest from the internet in a really long time. Not only because it's fun to laugh at, but because I like to see the reaction from other people as they learn about MAGA communism. And we'll get to what it is in a...
So one of the greatest things to happen recently, according to this guy, is more propaganda, more people being misled, more noise, more distractions for Americans to understand the truth of what's happening in this country, right? That is what he finds to be one of the greatest things ever, right? And he loves laughing at the deceiving of his fellow Americans by these greedy, opportunistic propagandists like Jackson Hinkle and the others in Blue MAGA and across the political spectrum in this country. This is what he loves. He loves that.
A second here. I just love... So this was shared by Skeptical Spice on Twitter. Spreading MAGA communism over on Truth Social seems to be going well. Okay, you've got to see this reaction here. This is exactly what you wouldn't expect unless you've spoken to Trump supporters, okay? I know Trump supporters. There are MAGA chuds in my family, aunts and uncles who are Trump loyalists. If you were to propose communism to them in any form, MAGA communism, fascist communism, they're not going to take kindly to it. So, like, for example, I talked about some...
Yes, if I were to propose it to them, they would be very much against it. However, if I were to be amplifying their ideology and their beliefs and talking about their buzzwords and woke this and woke that and these liberals this and the Democrats that and you know, being a you know, sort of soft pro-Trump guy and all this kind of stuff, and really feed into all of these emotional triggers that has them essentially paralyzed, I could absolutely frame communism as something that they would be for. Obviously not all of them, but the idea that people, for example, like the ones who believe that JFK was coming back, that you couldn't fool those people into joining a MAGA communist movement, especially, and he admits this, they don't even know what communism means. So if they don't even know what communism means, why is it so ridiculous that I could convince them that it's actually a good thing?
But if you told my uncle, my MAGA chud conspiracy theorist uncle, about communism, he would not only call you the F slur, but then accuse you of being possessed by the devil. That's the reaction that you will elicit.
Yes.
When you bring up
yes, that is the reaction that I would get, that he would get, and others like him would get. And I'm certainly not comparing myself to him. But a master propagandist like Jackson Hinkle, they will absolutely believe and listen to him. Have you seen his numbers lately? Apparently not.
Communism to these folks. They don't like communism. They don't know what it is. Neither do MAGA communists, obviously, but they don't know what it is, but they know it's bad, right? So, okay, so let's take a look here at how well the proselytizing of MAGA communism is going over on Truth Social. MAGA is communism. Check out Infrared Show. So this person responded, there really isn't enough eye rolls for you idiots.
So the post only had like 13 likes. The response only had 2 and a single comment. His argument that this isn't going well is pointing out a random response that only got 2 likes and 1 comment. He's really making a strong case that this isn't going over well in MAGA world. Good job.
MAGA and communists have the same goals. Oh my God, they're like diametrically opposed. But anyway, this person says, the stupidity is overwhelming.
Doesn't even show us the engagement on that one. Maybe you picked up on how weak the argument was with the previous comment. Scroll up. Let's see the engagement on this. How many people on Truth Social feel this way?
Don't understand communism at all if you say to be...
Hey, see, this is the thing about being in an echo chamber, right? He doesn't care about truth. He cares about his confirmation bias. He thinks this is a ridiculous idea, so ridiculous that even the people that he thinks are ridiculous, the MAGA people, even they won't fall for it. He's so focused on his image of Jackson Hinkle as a moron. Even though Jackson Hinkle is clearly not a moron, very intelligent, proofs in the pudding by his success in what he's trying to do. Make as much money as possible, get as much exposure as possible, so he can enrich himself. He's on Fox News. He's on AONN. He's on this guy's channel. He's on my channel. He's getting a lot of attention. His numbers are growing. He's getting paid. That is his goal. And he's accomplishing it in spades. Not a moron. A successful entrepreneur or scammer, depending on your perspective. But all this guy cares about is anything that supports his argument that this guy's a moron and his idea is moronic. And it is a moronic idea. So you see a comment with almost no engagement that says, this is dumb. And you're like, see, even MAGA. He has no skepticism, right, of anything that goes against the narrative that he's trying to push. So let's take a look at what Mr. Hinkle says MAGA communism is all about. This guy who, if you can't stand CNN, you should absolutely despise him because he does the stuff that they do to the extreme. CNN would love to be as dishonest and manipulative as Jackson Hinkle. Fox News comes close, but not even they can compare in any way to how dishonest this guy is. But this is his MAGA communism. Well, somebody else created it. He's pushing it, whatever. Reindustrialization of America. Dismantle big tech. End foreign intervention. End globalist imperialism. Abolishing CIA, FBI, NSA. Drain the DOJ swamp. To do what? Put a bunch of MAGA loyalists in their place? Perhaps? Pardon January 6 protesters. Why should assaulted police officers be pardoned? Notice it doesn't qualify and say pardon the ones that didn't do much, like people that maybe just went in the Capitol, went someplace where they weren't supposed to, right? No distinction of that. So if you went into the Capitol with the plan of killing a politician, and they have evidence to prove that, and you're in prison for plotting to kill someone, and again, if you have evidence of it and you're convicted, according to this, Jackson Hinkle wants you to be set free, right? Pardon Assange, Snowden, extend free speech to social media. Okay, whatever that means. Well, I guess I know what that means. He wants to control private corporations. I guess that's the socialist way, or communist way, rather. Unite with China, ban Antifa, street terrorism. Why is that the only type of terrorism that's banned? It almost seems like this is written for a particular audience. Leave NATO, declare major commodities, banking in the hands of people, economic bill of rights, cut military budget, protect Second Amendment. I wonder what it means to protect Second Amendment. In what way? Cut foreign aid, no open borders. That will be a big help. In a time where we're seeing record deportations, it would really help if we could close the border. So you have major border enforcement, massive amounts of people being deported, but you just keep saying open borders over and over again. That's America. Dismantle MIC. KEY, MOUSE. Promote Made in America products, nationalize big tech, literacy movement, patriotic education, and woke academia. Patriotic education. Interesting that that's in here because patriotism is a key tool. Imperialists and the elite use a manufactured sense of patriotism and loyalty to your country. This is your country and you must stand with the country. And now all of a sudden you can do all the atrocities you want. Right? And the people, rather than revolt against it, will actually support it because they foolishly develop this cult-like allegiance to the geographic piece of land that they happen to live on. So now you have the people aligning with the elites, supporting their imperialistic agendas with the idea that they're quote-unquote patriots. Patriotism, one of the biggest scams of the elite class. Lower taxes, deport Bush family, Clinton family, Obama, Pompeo, Bolton to ICC. I gotta say, there's some stuff on here that even I like. End debt slavery. And of course, the point is not whether these are good ideas or bad ideas, right? I'm pretty sure Alex Jones has good ideas. Trump has some good ideas. I don't think I know anyone that doesn't have any good ideas. All of these dishonest actors like Jackson Hinkle and Tucker Carlson and David Pakman and Brian Tyler Cohen, they've all got good ideas. Not everything they say is a lie, and not every idea they propose is garbage. MAGA communism, Jackson Hinkle's latest grift.
Why are there no right-wingers who try to grift but leftist talking points and pander to the left? Why is that not a thing? It's because the left has no fucking money and no power and no influence. So if you really only care about clout...
That is accurate. The left is an absolute joke. as a movement, politically speaking. They are weak, they are ineffective, and they certainly have no power in this country. This country is run by people like Pelosi on one side and Trump allies on the other. That's who runs this country. People like AOC, nothing but a distraction.
Then it's only natural that you eventually grift to the right, because that's where all the money and opportunity lies. So that's what we're seeing.
100%. If for some reason I ended up in a really bad situation and I needed to find a way to make money and I couldn't find it traditionally, and I didn't have any integrity, and I wanted to go the route of trying to run a political channel, 110% I'm doing a right-wing channel. Not because I agree with them, but because that is where I think, and I'm going to see whatever the popular narrative that they're pushing that's getting good reactions, and I'm going to pretend to agree with it. Right? Oh, we got to get these January 6 people out of prison. Right? January 6 wasn't real. Oh, look what they did to Trump in Mar-a-Lago. Next thing they're coming for my family. Next thing they're going to be for your family. Right? All this woke stuff, it's got to stop. I'm going to make a whole bunch of videos. I'm going to keep watching right-wing videos. I'm going to see what's getting the most clicks and views and what getting engagement, what has the best emotional responses. And I'm just going to echo it and amplify it every day. I'm going to keep validating their beliefs. Oh, look, here's yet another video that confirms your idea that something is too woke or whatever it is. Whatever bullshit. Oh, look, I found a video of a CRT teacher. Oh, my goodness, the CRT thing has to stop. There's no way I'm creating a channel with the express purpose of trying to make money. And I need to make money. I'm desperate. And I'm doing a left-wing channel, a liberal channel. Hell no. I'm going right. I'm going to try to hook up with Project Veritas, see if I can link up with them somehow, promote their videos, and be nice to them and try to get their attention. I'm going to see what Fox News is talking about and then promote it. If I get a big enough following, hopefully they might see it. Then I get on Fox News and I'm going to say all their talking points. Yeah, this and the liberals, this and the Democrats. Right? And make it so they want me to come back. Right? And whatever is the best angle to get most views on their channel, which means they want to bring me back, I'm going to do. So if I have to do I used to be a liberal, but everything is so woke and that's why I'm a conservative now. Hell yes, is exactly what I'm going to do. If I have no integrity and I'm desperate for cash and I'm choosing that route, I am not touching anything on the left. The right-wing machine is massive. On the left, they're scattered, right? And you think for yourself why you think that is. Why it is you have so many big factions on the left going at each other. But the right is just united because the left is too divisive.
10 times speed, right? That's all this is. And it's so transparent, which is why I say this has got to be the biggest grifter, even more so than Dave Rubin, because at least Dave Rubin was a little bit more subtle for a few years. But this guy, he was a resistant liberal, a couple years ago. And all of a sudden now he's pro-Mac.
100%. But this guy is so uninformed, even though this is what he does for a living. He kept calling Jackson Jason. How clueless do you have to be a political commentator and you don't even know the name of one of the biggest rising people right now? He has been absolutely blowing up. He's been affiliated with Jimmy Dore, who's also a force to be reckoned with. And you, as a political commentator, you don't even know his name?
People who now isn't championing Medicare for all. It's truly, terminally online brain rot.
100%. All this stuff and all this energy, what happened to Medicare for all? Biden is doing stuff automatically. Now's the time to strike while they are down. Is Jackson Hinkle using his fame, all his followers, to unite some kind of movement to pressure the Democrats to do more? The Democrats are desperate now. They need votes. They're afraid of losing power this time around because losing is not bad, but losing by too much is a problem. So they're desperate. Now's the time for Jackson Hinkle to strike if he cared about anything else but himself. But instead of fighting, he's coming up with some bullshit movement which doesn't even mention Medicare for all. He already got his footage for his marketing campaign, just like AOC has her footage sleeping on the steps for her marketing campaign.
Brain rot.
These sorts of things, going against Big Pharma.
I don't know what he's trying to say when he says this is peak brain rot. Again, I think that's that bubble thing. What Jackson Hinkle is doing right now is excellent. He's getting what he wants, attention. His numbers are growing, right? I mean, the brain rot would be people who fall for it. Maybe that's what he's talking about, but he doesn't clarify what he means by brain rot.
The average Democratic Party sentiment And the working class, which not in its entirety, but I would say in large part makes up the MAGA movement, is aligned with communists on this issue. Or
It's ironic to me how many people don't see how disingenuous this guy is.
there definitely is a strong line that can be
Communists, leftists, whatever.
in MAGA on this very issue, or on these very issues. And at the end of the day, I think that what we've seen undoubtedly from the Trump administration in their 4 years is that it was either consciously or in some cases unconsciously doing the bidding of.
Nice way to sort of slide that in. Sort of critiquing Trump, but not really. I don't know. It's like he was doing the bidding of the deep state, but maybe it was unconscious. Maybe he didn't realize. Maybe it was unconscious. It was an accident. He's human. People make mistakes. It's almost as if he's trying to pander to MAGA.
Countless times throughout the Trump administration. So I see it as the goal of this project.
So if Trump is doing the bidding of the deep state, why would you want to align with him? Wouldn't that make you a deep state shill? This is supposed to be the definitive explanation.
Where is Jackson Hinkle saying that he wants to align with Trump? He's creating a movement called MAGA communism. Now, a fake progressive would argue that by doing that, he's aligning himself with Trump because Trump is MAGA, MAGA is Trump. But for those actually paying attention, you'd realize MAGA is bigger than Trump. Yes, in practice, it can be all about Trump, but the reality is it's bigger than Trump. If Trump were to die today, MAGA would not die with him.
Is MAGA communism. And this is the guy who didn't necessarily create MAGA communism, but popularized it. I think that you can credit him with that. But like this example is fucking brain dead. Like you need a really concise, clear definition if you're going to try to promote a new ideology.
Let me give you an idea of what I just described. Look at the movement created under Bernie Sanders, right? You could link it very much with him. He was the one who started this Democrat, socialist, whatever. However, lately, Bernie Sanders has been kind of perceived by many to be a bit of a sellout. He's not really fighting against the corporate Democrats as much as people would like. And there are those who are from the movement that he was really the genesis, are against him now and look at him as a sellout and that he's weak. So a movement that started under Bernie Sanders has left him behind, and some parts are actively against him. MAGA is bigger than Trump. If you're a political commentator that comments a lot on Trump and MAGA, you should know this.
He knows what he's doing here.
Of MAGA to be able to highlight the contradictions between the oligarchs.
If Jackson Hinkle knows what he's doing, and I agree, then why do you act as if he's doing something stupid? Suggesting he's doing something stupid is suggesting he doesn't realize what he's doing is stupid, right? People don't do stupid things on purpose, right? So which one is it? Does he know what he's doing? Which means he's making a very clever marketing move to draw more attention to himself, to enrich himself. Is that the reality? Or is it that he's such a dummy and he has brain rot, and his brain rot is somehow magically making him more popular and making him more money?
MAGA, and trying to uproot the liberalism and globalism and neoconservatism that's finding its way within.
This motherfucker is a buzzword machine, goddamn. If we did like buzzword bingo, you get a bingo within 30 seconds. He's going to be, look, he's going to be great on the right because he will get a lot of appearances because he knows how to play their greatest hits. He has every buzzword. Globalist, neo.
He's already getting appearances on the right. Keep up.
Buzzwords that will play with the right-wing audience.
MAGA party politics. So that's the broad goal. It's not an effort to uphold fascism or the duopoly, as some of those people may have put it, our detractors. But it's been trending on social media.
Oh, those detractors. Just a bunch of haters.
Globalists in brackets. Yeah, that's a very suspicious word there.
MAGA supporters are actually talking about it, and they think it's a great idea. So that's pretty much it.
No, they don't. They don't. I just showed you they don't. They think it's a fucking stupid idea. And they said the only good commie is a dead commie. Maybe I should.
He's still showing comments with one like. His argument is so weak, he can't even show a single comment that has a lot of support. So all the evidence, Jackson Hinkle getting more and more appearances in establishment media, people making videos about him, including you, his channel growing, right? Right.
To kill commies. So to think that you can align with them is just insane. It's like fucking hens trying to align with foxes.
So this is basically a lefty's outreach to Trump supporters to join on the things, the issues that your views align.
Jimmy Dore clearly knows this is bullshit, and he's doing his best not to laugh. He's struggling to keep a straight face, pretend like he's having a substantive conversation here. But those in Blue MAGA won't be calling out Jackson Hinkle on his bullshit, right? That's how it works on this YouTube grift. If you have someone that's in your echo chamber who's doing very well, you do not go after them, right? You mislead your audience into thinking that they're actually legitimate, right? You can spend all day going after Democrats and the liberals this, but you can't go against someone who is in your bubble, because that might hurt your business, which is political entertainment, which is distracting people from actually doing things like taking direct action, demanding things for their votes. And these dishonest actors say, no, I talk about that all the time. Right.
Jimmy doesn't really know how to process this information because Jimmy Dore does not know what communism is. So he's trying.
Americans sit by and allow the government to do what they're doing, allow this country to go where it's going, because they're busy being distracted by these bullshitters online. Every single person you see on your screen right now.
Piece of definition of communism to begin with. So Jimmy's like, wait, so I'm still confused. And you can see like the cogs turning in his head. And he's right to be confused because it's fucking.
Why would Jimmy Dore be confused? Again, confirmation bias. You have this view of Jimmy Dore as just some idiot, some brain dead idiot, even though his numbers and his success challenge that notion. But you're so stuck in that bubble of, oh, Jimmy Dore or Dumbo Dore, that you think he's actually sitting there trying to figure out, MAGA communism, okay, so this, that. He knows it's bullshit. And the fact that you don't know that shows how clueless you are. Humanists report.
The dumb one right here. Even Jimmy Dore is very clearly not sold.
To it and exposing people like Ron DeSantis.
How is Jackson Hinkle the dumb one? Are you suggesting that he's actually not just grifting? That he actually believes what he's saying? Because that's the only way it would be dumb, right? Because if he's grifting, he's not dumb, he's smart. Because it's working. All the metrics that we would use to judge whether it's a successful grift seem to show that it's successful. That's not dumb. Being successful is not dumb. Dumb would be if he actually believes this stuff, and if he believes it, then it's not a grift. Which one is it?
Following through the politics that he's putting forward as governor of Florida. But at the end of the day, someone like Ron DeSantis does not differ at all.
Why is Ron DeSantis not part of the MAGA movement? It makes no sense whatsoever. Why is Trump and the MAGA movement specifically something that communists can align with, but not Ron DeSantis? Like, make that make sense.
From the, rhino Republicans. He is a rhino Republican when it comes to the most important issues.
And I'm sure that the Republicans who love Ron DeSantis are going to take a fucking communist.
Rhino Republicans. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate Me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash the bell. What is this? What is this? What are those? Comment below. Let me know.